I got a request to show more snow pictures for those of you who are in warm climates. And so this was our recent about 6 inches of snow. You can kind of see, isn't it gorgeous? This was the next morning, and you can see from the grill and the deck about how much we got. Maybe more than 6. Well, this is new. The other loaf.
The sky's gonna clear, the clouds will shatter, just to wait and see. And all of those things that you thought mattered, washed clean away by the sea. So don't lose heart, love will prevail. No, don't lose heart, love will find a way. Love will find a way. Oh, don't lose heart, love will prevail. No, don't lose heart, love will find a way. I said don't lose heart, love will prevail. Oh, don't lose heart, love will find a way. Oh, love will find a way. Na 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 na. Yeah.
Raise your hand if sometimes the winter blues get to you, or if you have seasonal depression. It is real and it is no joke. And so I have been recognizing that I just am struggling with low energy for no other reason than it is January. I really think that's what it is. But we are in this together. We're going to work it out together. We're going to fight through it together. And staying up with these chores, like doing the dishes and the laundry at the very least, and vacuuming floors even, that really does help me. It is hard to motivate myself and get myself over to the kitchen to get started. You know, I want to lay around and I want to watch videos on YouTube. But what I do is I'll take a video like this one, a homemaking video, watch that, and it really does help me to get motivated and get myself up off the chair or out of the bed to get moving. So I hope that you use these videos to help motivate you, even if you're laying and relaxing. I also find it helpful to help me go to sleep. It both motivates me and relaxes me. At the end of the night, I might also watch a video. It's almost like knowing that around the world people are working. I can rest because others are working. I don't know what it is, but it really does help me. And I hope it does you too. And I'm praying for you. I think of you so often, especially now that I'm by making the daily videos. You are always on my mind. Literally, it's not just a song. And we are 1000% in this together. And doesn't that always feel good when you can see a clean kitchen? All right, I'm going to break here. This is what Robin was actually doing yesterday on Sunday. I was taking a little break. I was just feeling really tired. So what he is doing is he is painting a base coat of primer on top of the sheetrock, and then we're going to be applying vinyl subway tile. So one of you had said we should put up primer first. That was such a great idea because there is a bit of a glossy, it's not glossy, but it's not rough either, sheetrock. And so this way, there'll be a rougher surface to adhere the sticky of the vinyl. So that was a really great idea. Thank you so much. And we already had primer in the house, which was great. We already had the paintbrush in the house, and we already had the sheetrock in the house. So thank goodness we have decluttered the basement, at least to the point where we know where everything is, so we don't go out and re-buy things. So my girl math tells me that this project, at least this part of the project, was free. We did recently buy the subway tile vinyl, and we had the perfect amount. So Robin did a really great job in measuring and guesstimating how much we would need. This project does not come out perfect, and I will show you what happens. But he did the best he could, and we found a solution or thought of a solution. You'll see that solution coming up in a future video. So this was a great opportunity to just feel good about some progress being made. He didn't finish, but just like with me, I have to remind myself that I give myself grace. I say, take breaks, use your bandwidth. And then when my husband is doing these honeydew projects that I care about way more than he does, I have to remember to extend the same grace to him, not to go past his bandwidth, to encourage him to take breaks, to encourage him to do what he can in each day and not try to conquer the world or the bathroom in a single weekend. He has a very demanding job. He has 7 children also, just like me, and he is a great father and a great husband. And he is also not as young as he used to be, and his knee has really been bothering him, one of his knees. So getting up and down on the tub like this and going up and down the stairs to get things or whatever was really hurting him. So I would love for him to go get that checked out. I don't think that's going to happen in the near future, which I really can't judge because I am also awful about going to the doctor. He kept thinking, now what have I done to my knee? And I'm thinking, arthritis. I'm also thinking, my knee, I hadn't done anything to my knee when it collapsed in an airport and, blew my ACL and tore my MCL and meniscus. So I know those things can happen without an actual injury. In fact, when I blew 2 discs in my back, I also didn't injure myself. It's wearing away over time. So even though he and I aren't great about going to the doctor, when you have these pains and stuff, I do hope you go to the doctor. But anyway, he is killing it today, and I'm super proud of him and super thankful for all that he does for our family around the house. This part of it was super quick, and then while it dried for about an hour, he could go downstairs and kind of check out what was going on in the world of football for all of the, regional championships and seeing who is going to the Super Bowl this year.
So what we're doing here is putting down some primer on this before we put down our tiles. The tiles we have are like a peel and stick. So we're trying to provide a surface that they'll adhere to well as another layer or barrier for the water from the shower as well. So anyway, that's the main point of doing this, and that also came as a tip from one of my wife's viewers to do that. So we thought, that's a good idea.
It's later in the day, so he is going to put up the vinyl, and he is taping up a piece of cardboard that came with the packaging that's just going to help him measure. We decided to only go to the edge of the tub with the vinyl, and then we're going to be putting some trim work where the sheetrock is cut to the part that you screw in from the shower, if that makes any sense. Now, here's the mistake he made. He wishes he had done the long wall first and then matched this side and the other side to that, but instead he just started putting it up, not realizing that the wall isn't exactly even, so it's not going to match up perfect. But I will tell you, we do have a solution, and I'll talk about that at the end.
I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it. Don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and sit in you. Call me anytime that you need a friend, and call me anytime when you're at a tight end. I got you, and you got me too.
So is it easy to match up?
Yeah, goes right into the groove, right, like that. And you just lay it in. Fits nicely. Yeah.
Wonder if you should roll something over it at the end.
Yeah, I'll have to press down. They tell you what to do on the loop side. Yeah, you kind of get them in place first.
Right.
Like this one will have to be cut. I can do 2 more of these before I have to start cutting it.
Are you going to match the corner, though? You don't want to just toss it up willy-nilly.
Right. If I'm going to match the corner, I need to make a little bit of a line, I guess.
Yeah. So the challenge of these is when you're peeling it, there's like a foam, and the foam, okay, you can hopefully see this corner. You can, where I took it off. The foam is where the sticky is, but it easily comes off with the red, and you don't want it to. So that's the challenge. See, look, as I was just peeling. That's not good. So we love it, except for the peeling, because you're trying to make sure you're not getting the sticky with the red. You have to leave that behind, and it's not easy. It seems like once you get started, you're pretty good in most cases. So one didn't go well, and that will be the one that we cut. But as far as how it, yeah, it just like came off of my thumb. As far as how it looks up here, even in person, I would never know that that was not ceramic if I didn't know. The wall going this way and this way isn't even because, you know, Crooked House, it was built in 1987. So what we're going to do is put some kind of a molding here to break it up for the eye, so you're not expecting this piece to go exactly with that square right there. This product we got at Lowe's, if you're wondering, but I would definitely use it again. I definitely think it's worth the money.
We can always make it through. What we do is what we do. I can take you anywhere, somewhere. We won't be scared. You will see me flying high. I'm staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. I've been saving
All right, this, not the best, but we're going to put something there. And then we need to finish up this corner. I took riced cauliflower and I put a little bit of water on it and I put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. Now, I used 1.25 cups of riced cauliflower. That is what the recipe calls for. If you're on Optavia, you're going to want to reduce that to 1 cup and maybe back off the 2 tablespoons of egg white just a little bit. So I am adding 1/4 teaspoon of Italian seasoning and a dash of salt. I have to admit, I probably doubled the Italian seasoning. Italian seasoning is what really makes this recipe. So you can see I put in 1/4 teaspoon, then later I'm like, nah, I want more. So if you're on Optavia, back it up to 1 cup of cauliflower because you need to accommodate for the fact that you're going to be putting green peppers on it. And I'm also using 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. If you can find reduced fat in your store, all the better. And did I tell you that I nuked it for about 2 minutes, and then you need to let it cool down before you put the egg in, or you're going to cook your egg, which would not be good. So that was 2 tablespoons of egg white. I like to use a carton of egg white. It's just easier for me than using real eggs. To this, I'm using 1/3 cup of reduced fat mozzarella cheese, and this helps to hold the crust together. When it melts, it kind of glues it together along with the egg white. And then you're going to be using another 1/3 cup on top of the pizza. You can use a cookie sheet, you can use a pizza tin, it doesn't really matter. You can use a pizza stone, but I'm going to be spreading it out on parchment paper. I don't really find a need to spray oil on it, but if you're worried about it sticking, then yeah, go ahead and spray oil down. So I'm putting it down with a spoon, and then I just start spreading it around with my hands, making it in a pizza shape. I will have this recipe linked in my description box below. I got it at bigoven.com. That's why I kind of have to tell you about adjustments because I'm combining 2 recipes. The crust, I just really like this particular crust recipe. And then the fajita topping, I'm getting more from the Optavia website itself. I'm putting it in a 400-degree oven Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. They say to flip it after 12 minutes. I never ever do that. Honestly, you're just looking for it to be browned. I am going to be making 2 pizzas out of this. So I'm not too concerned about measurements. Honestly, a fajita is a fajita, right? I will tell you about the measurements with the sauce when I get to that. Green bell pepper is a great low-carb vegetable. If you are on Optavia, you want to chop this up and you want to limit yourself to 1/4 cup to keep within the lean and green if you're on the 5-in-1 plan. If you're not, don't even worry about it. You're just putting green pepper on your pizza like it is a green pepper topping, right? It doesn't really matter. And then you're also going to be cooking up some steak, the steak of your choice, and that's going to go on there as well. I will link the Optavia recipe along with the bigoven.com recipe in the description box below in case you want to follow it to a T. I have never tried an Optavia recipe that I didn't like, so if you want to do that whole recipe, you could make their crust. I just know I really love this one, and honestly, I don't think I'll ever go back to traditional pizza crust. I really like the cauliflower crust better. I used to not like it because I thought it was too sweet, but the Italian seasoning really does help with that. So the recipe called for flat iron steak, and if I remember correctly, flat iron steak is pretty pricey, so I got me some blade steak, and honestly, I probably could have gone a little bit cheaper. Does it really matter? I'm going to be cutting it up small, so when I cook it, it's going to cook tender. Just, use the steak as quickly as you can from the time you bought it, and usually it's not going to be tough, but I'm not going to buy an expensive steak for a steak fajita pizza. I'm just saying. The recipe calls for 3/4 pound of steak, and that is for 4 servings. So again, I'm doing this for 2 different pizzas. So I am just slicing up this package. I'm trimming off the big pieces of fat that were on the side. So these are 3 small pieces of steak. The Optavia recipe also calls for 1 cup of shredded reduced fat mozzarella, but they don't have any mozzarella in their crust like I do. So on my pizza, I'm only going to be doing 1/3 of a cup of reduced fat mozzarella on the top. You might have noticed those are not my hands. My husband came in and helped me. I don't know, I was tired. I'm like, do you feel like maybe cutting up some steak? So if you are not concerned about actual measurements, you just want enough steak so that steak is one of the toppings, right? Because a fajita has green peppers and it has steak or chicken. If you like chicken fajitas, you could do it as a chicken fajita pizza. If you like shrimp fajitas, you could do it as a shrimp fajita pizza. It's just one of those things. This is a topping, and we'll talk about the sauce. That's what gives it its real fajita flavor. And so that is coming right up. But first, we're just going to cook up this steak. I'm seasoning the steak with a teaspoon of cumin, and because I was making enough for 2 pizzas, I decided to do 2 teaspoons of cumin, and then a ½ teaspoon of salt, which you could also double like I did. And yeah, that's pretty much all the seasoning that it takes. That cumin just is lovely. Then the recipe called for a 1/4 cup of tomatillo salsa, which I did not have. So I did half regular salsa, and then I did half Rao's marinara sauce. About that time, I realized I had not checked my pizza crust, because you do have to pre-cook that cauliflower pizza. As I said, 20 minutes, 400 degrees. You want it to look nice and brown, just like it does right here. For some reason, it only wanted to brown on one side. I don't know. It still tasted good though. Once the steak was cooked, I'm going to remove it, and then I am cooking the green peppers and all of that lovely steak juice. It calls for a 1/4 cup of water, and the purpose for that is so that you don't have to cook your peppers in oil. If you're not worried about oil, then you could definitely use oil. You could probably just spray down some avocado oil or something. And this is actually where I added the cumin. I said it earlier, but I actually added it when I did the green peppers. It honestly doesn't matter as long as it gets in there. And then you're supposed to, I'm putting some salt down too. Then you're supposed to add the tomatillo sauce. And so I am adding my half salsa and half marinara sauce. Remember that I am doubling this because I'm making 2 pizzas. The cauliflower pizza is all for me. I'm going to eat that whole thing. Yes, I am. And I am not sorry about it. And that is what I love about that particular recipe, is it's 1 serving. And then I'm making a traditional pizza for the rest of the family with a homemade pizza dough. And I have put the homemade pizza dough on my channel, and I will link that up at the end of this video so that when you're done watching this video, you can go ahead and watch that one, and I'll meet you over there. I'm pretty sure that was actually a video that Yvonne and I did together. So that's super fun. Whenever her and I get to cook together on my channel, I'm always very happy. It's just such a special memory, and I love that it's on YouTube, because then she'll get to see that when she's older. She could show her kids. Oh, it just, the thought of having these things online makes me so happy. Anyway, I'm just letting that boil through, and then you can mix the steak in and just, no, actually I don't mix the steak in. I put the steak on the pizza. Yes, still getting used to doing recipe videos here. So just getting that hot and congealed and all the good things, and then we can assemble the pizza. Now I'm just spreading the sauce and pepper mixture on both of the pizzas. And you know, you could have kept the green pepper out if you like green pepper more al dente, like if you normally put green pepper on your pizza without pre-cooking it. But I cooked it together, and I felt like it just spread the flavor that much more. So now I'm putting it on my cauliflower pizza as well. And then at the end of that, I kind of feel like I got gypped a little on the sauce side. So I added a little bit more of the Rao's tomato sauce, which you'll see. But I wanted to make sure they had plenty on their pizza. Then I just needed to throw down the steak, and at first I was like, why wasn't I adding the steak to the sauce mixture? But as I was adding it here, I realized it really is better to take the steak out, you know, to separate it, because then you can control how much steak goes on the pizza and place where it is. Whereas if it's all incorporated with the sauce, it's a little hard. You just feel like you're dumping and you don't really get to control all that. So I did enjoy getting to control that. Now I just need to add the cheese. So I'm doing 1/3 of a cup onto the cauliflower pizza, which is actually plenty. Sometimes it doesn't feel like enough, but because there is cheese in the crust itself, it comes out tasting very cheesy. And then adding it to the traditional pizza, everybody in my family enjoys the reduced fat, so I just go with it.
You want me to put it in, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to take a shot at me?
I'm filming it.
Oh, you are, okay.
Yeah.
Hey!
Sneak attack.
Didn't even see it there.
See one second. The traditional pizza is more like 20 to 30 minutes in the oven. With the cauliflower pizza, you're just putting it in there long enough to melt that cheese. So 5 or 10 minutes, keep an eye on it for sure. This was a huge hit in our family. All of the leftovers were eaten. That is with the corn dip from yesterday. So that was the supper that we had on this day. Can't be putting the dirty dishes in the dishwasher if you haven't emptied it from earlier. So I needed to quickly get the dishwasher emptied so that we could clean up the dishes. And after that, I'm going to get some laundry folded. And then I'm going to relax and rest for the rest of the day.
Close your eyes, took a breath. You found the light, got up again. You found His grace for the pain, and just like that, the pain was washed away. You called His name. Call His name. You were at the bottom. You couldn't breathe. The waves were getting bigger. You were lost out at sea. We became your lighthouse, the lifeline that you need to get yourself.
I wanted to show you a couple of my recent finds. I was in Dollar Tree the other day. I didn't mean to go in necessarily, and I wasn't in there long because I had to go to the bathroom, and they don't have public restrooms anymore in there. So I was like, I would love to shop more, but I gotta go. But anyway, I was looking for a container to go across, you know, my silverware drawer. I have the Dollar Tree plastic ones, baskets that go like this, right? For like my knives, my spoons, my forks. And I wanted one to go this way for the extra things I have in the back. I saw this at Dollar Tree. Look, it has the non-stick. It's a nice thick plastic. You guys, this is what I have for my cooking utensils. No non-skid, right? But the same plastic. This one's longer. All right. This came in a pack. So all the ones I have in that drawer came in one pack. But I know that each one, like it was like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 pieces. It was not $6 or $7. It was probably more like $12. This was $1.25 for this one. So I want to try it. I'm hoping it's a good width for what I want to do with it. Then on another day, I was in Dollar General. And some of you, or at least one of you, had said that for my like cups and teaspoons and such, I could use one of the Rubbermaids I want to get rid of, which that was a really great idea. But I happened to be in Dollar General and I saw these, and I think I've already shown them to you, but I haven't used them, but they were only $2 a piece, because right now is a great time to find organizers anywhere. But this is also very thick plastic. I mean, these things last forever. So I'm going to use those. And a lot of people had question of why I would put the baking stuff up over the coffee pot. Well, okay, the corner cabinet where the coffee cups are, that is a good place for it because it is so stinking deep. So I can fit way more cups in there. And so that has just worked from like it has tea, overflow coffee, because on the counter I have the Keurig container, you know, the drawer that puts Keurigs in it, which is right by the coffee pot. My kitchen is so small that I don't have a ton of counter space, so we're often baking right there. But literally, I could be standing anywhere in the kitchen and almost reach every drawer, every cupboard. It's just such a small kitchen. So it's working for us. And even though it made no sense to anybody but me that I put my onion holder and my avocado holder where those two things are, where the measuring cups are, people are actually using them because it's right at eye level. And the Rubbermaids underneath, yeah, I get it. You have leftovers a lot, but they're ugly. And so I have them underneath because I think they're ugly. I know it makes no sense. Also, when you give me advice like, you should get the glass containers for leftovers, or you should get the trash can to put your returnables in, I agree with you, and I want you to know that. Don't take it like I didn't think it was a good idea if I don't go out and buy it. Right now, we just had Christmas, and my son, Francois, is getting married in April. We live in Maine. He goes to school in North Carolina. His lovely, sweet fiance is from North Carolina. Their home church is there. They go to that church together. So, of course, they're getting married there, as they should. So Mama's got to save every stinking penny. So yeah, you're going to see me buying stuff like this, but I am literally weighing every purchase. Groceries are so expensive for me right now. And so if it looks like I'm just not doing it or I don't think it's a good idea, that's probably not what it is. It's probably just like, I can't do that right now, or that's not my financial priority right now because I'm trying to do the upstairs bathroom and I'm trying to do everything I've already purchased. Like next we'll be doing wallpaper and trim and things that are kind of nickel dime stuff. So thankfully we had already done the ceiling. You know, we're kind of going top to bottom, and I haven't purchased the flooring yet or the new toilet or the new vanity or anything like that. But luckily there's stuff we still can be doing. So that's kind of how we're doing it. So anyway, let's go see if these are going to, whoops, not that, if these are going to work out. All right, you see how I have these, and then I have this kind of stuff behind it. Perfect. That's perfect. Honestly, I could, if I ever needed to. I might be able to fit a second one right there, but I don't need to right now. Hopefully I'll never need to. And then here we are back here again. Oh, my husband added this. Work your fingers to the bone. What do you get? Bony fingers, bony fingers. Work your fingers to the bone. What do you get? Bony fingers, bony fingers. True words were never sung. Most commented on product is my muffin. Now that I don't have a muffin tin. Cause I got rid of my stole muffin thing. But I kept these, which makes no sense. Which
People didn't like your muffin tin?
No. They were like, why did you keep these if you got rid of the stoneware muffin?
Oh, we have other tins.
We do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We have two brand new ones that have gone on.
Oh, we do?
They're down with the sheet pans. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I use those.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the main reason why you got rid of that.
There. Ah.
The stone is heavy.
I know that. I said that before. Because the stone is heavy and we are old. We are light. We're not light, but.
Yeah, we just don't use it now.
Right. There. I don't really want that here. Put that. Switch that back here.
Dang, look at them birds.
I know it.
Out here.
Wow. Okay, I had to take a minute and interrupt this video and show you what we're talking about. Look at all these birds. I don't know if it's because I left a bird feeder out, the one that has the bird cam, or what it is. I have never seen this many birds in January, and I kind of feel sad. I mean, they're pecking away at a driveway. I really hope they're getting food. But Leo and Woozy were just beside themselves with excitement. Look at them. They were having so much fun. This is Woozy, our older cat, and then Leo was out in the living room, and finally, from hearing Woozy making all that noise, he had to come in and see what all the racket was about. So Leo was much more passive about it, but I tell you, Woozy, he's always been this huge cat. He is a master mouser, and I bet you if I let him outside, he could catch a bird, but we're not going to do that. Okay, back to the video. I just had to show you this. Of course, as I adjust my camera, look who followed me. You can't do anything without him. Look, my husband was right. These were where we keep the cookie sheets. Yvonne bought them. How did I miss that? I don't know. Why did she buy them? I can't remember. Glad she did. So now, yeah, it makes total sense that I have those cupcake liners, doesn't it? All right, let's fold some laundry. You up for folding laundry? I have this random headphone in, even though I'm not playing anything. Whoops, sorry. I just leaned back on Leo. Oh my goodness. So how are you all doing? I want to thank you so much. There's just some things I have been noticing on the channel that are super helpful. One of those is that I will notice when I go to check on a video that just went up, some of you are hitting the like button before you even watch it. That is so sweet. Like you're assuming you're going to like it. Thank you. That does help me. You know, YouTube that sends a message to YouTube that people like you like my videos, so they'll send it to other people like you. They'll put it on their homepage. So thank you. The other thing I noticed when I was checking like my weekly stats is that some of you are sharing my videos on your social media platforms. So thank you for that. That is so sweet. One person, Katie, even she has a new blog. I need to ask her if she'd like me to share her blog here with you guys. But she asked if she could share my videos on her blog. So thank you, Katie. That's so sweet of you. So it just helps us to spread our message, yours and mine, you know, that we support the real life. We support using, you know, respecting your own bandwidth, doing things at your own pace, not trying to compare, taking the breaks you need, all of those things, right? You know, to fuel our lives. We're not going to try to conquer the world in one day. So if you're new to my channel, I'm so glad you're here. I am so thankful for every single person. When I see my view count, I'm just like, oh, thank you, Lord. I mean, that all of you would choose to spend your day, your precious time with me means so much. So my aim this year is to be sharing everything I'm doing around the house, from cooking to cleaning to decluttering to DIY projects, fixing up the house. Once warmer weather hits, all of the progress we make outside, and just that we can motivate each other in whatever it is we're doing. I like to show when I'm taking a break. I'm going to show you when I don't feel good. You know, it's all the things, because that is what real life is all about. I'll share bits and pieces of my faith, all of the things. So if that sounds interesting to you, I would invite you to hit the subscribe button and to click on all notifications so that YouTube will let you know when I upload a new video. It's not like they're going to flood your homepage with me, but at least you can click on the subscription button and you will see anytime I upload a new video. That way, if you like some of my content and not other things, you can skip what you don't like and still get to see whatever it is I'm posting. I'm also posting more about meal planning and how I make those decisions, and there may be more coming in the area of finances. Don't know yet. It's not an area of strength for me. I would love it to be strength, and once in a while members of my family pop in too. And so my husband has become quite a staple. Yvonne is on whenever she can be. She does love to visit with all of you. So I have my laundry all folded. That's all I did today. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, as always, that God loves you and I love you too. And I can't wait to see you next time.